Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Zabron Ernest. I'm a teacher at Al-Muntazir Islamic Seminary. I have created the Edmodo class just to help my students in a way that they will be able to sort out or to kindly clear their doubts, their fear, and sometimes they panic. That's the nature of a student, that when a student is approaching to exams, mainly she or he starts, putting things together and kind of, try to do a lot of revisions in a very limited time. So you find that a lot of concepts are mixed up. End of the day, a student is ending up getting either good marks or bad marks, you see. Okay, so today's tutorial is to kindly try to help my students in how to attempt the online quizzes. Because my students are not used to online quizzes. So I created this group for the purpose of helping my students on how to answer clearly the online quizzes. And here we are using a Edmodo platform to make sure that our students are connected. Okay. Why do you have to register in these online quizzes? Because it really helps you how to answer the questions, which we call them online quizzes. Now, without further ado, let us begin. Now, the class which I'm talking about is this class. As you can see that I have several classes here that I have joined myself as a teacher. So we have Alimis Form 1 boys, Alimis Form 1 girls, Alimis Form 2 boys, Alimis Form 2 girls. Now the class which I'm talking about is Zabron's quiz class and practice. This is the class which I'm talking about. Now you find that some students are getting confused. They try to mix up. They ask me questions related to how will the exam be, something like that. But in this Zabron's quiz class, you will only learn how to answer the quiz, because the next quiz, which is upcoming, is not so far from what we are doing in Zabron quiz class. So if you practice very well, I think we can clear your so many doubts and improve your grade, in other words. But the problem is, majority of the students, they just become active very close to exams. Now, end of the day, they find themselves confusing some formulas, confusing some concepts here and there. End of the day, they end up losing the good grade, and as a result, they score a very bad grade. Okay, so for example, in this class, Zabron's quiz class, we had 2 quizzes that I prepared, and I can see that there is a need for us as teachers to continue giving quizzes to our students, because they really feel nervous. End of the day, they submit a quiz which is not even completed just because they were testing the buttons to click. Some of the students, this platform is completely new to them, so they totally don't know where to click to do what, you see. But my appreciation to most of the parents who are really helping their children at home, because this is a home-based kind of learning. So I really appreciate the parents who are helping their children to make sure that the children are well connected to the platform. Okay, and I also appreciate the students who are like struggling on themselves. They're getting no help, and still they are trying to manage the platform, and nothing bad which is going on their side. Okay, so with that little introduction, let us try to conclude the work, or let us try to conclude the kind of introduction that I can see after going through a lot of mistakes students are making, especially a student to get a question, but on that question there is no, there is attachment, but the student that does not know where to click to open that attachment. End of the day, she finishes the duration for that exam without even knowing that there was an attachment which a student was supposed to click and open that file for the students to continue with the question. Okay, but the quizzes which I normally set here is that a student gets an attachment that opens automatically, you see? But in some other attachments, you need to click the attachment, and then you open that attachment, you see? But in my class, it's different case. When you click a question, the attachment opens automatically, okay? So that's the good thing, something pretty good compared with the other quizzes that you get an attachment that in order to open that attachment, you need to click that attachment, you see? But my quizzes, when you get attachment, number one, the attachment opens automatically, okay? Number two, if you don't see the clear attachment, if you don't see my attachment clearly, then you need to click on the image itself, or you need to click on the attachment, and then it will widen up, so you'll be able to see the attachment more clearly, okay? So you should be very careful with those kind of attachments. There is an attachment which you need to click for the attachment to open, and there is an attachment which opens automatically. So you should be prepared, okay? Now, without further ado, let me try to show my students what they were supposed to do. I assigned them with this quiz, mathematics practice test, which this quiz, mathematics practice test, it was released, I guess far somewhere around Saturday. Let me check. Last saved, it was 6th June. So 6th June was 6th June was somewhere here. It was on Saturday. Okay, so it was released on Saturday, and it had a total of 120 points. So it had a total of 120 points, and the performance was good. And I uploaded in my Edmodo account. Okay, so what you were supposed to do in this mathematics practice test was that a student, number one, is supposed to have a calculator to quickly save his time or her time. Also, you are supposed to have a rough paper for you to do some calculations before you come to the conclusions of the answer, okay? All right, so question number one, let me go to take quiz. Okay. All right, I have some quizzes here. All right, so as you can see here on my screen, with this account, I have logged in as a student, and my student name is Ernest Ofoli. So I'm logged in here as a student. As you can see, this is the model view of a student. And without further ado, let us begin. So let me start with mathematics practice test, which was a test, which was a quiz that I released on Saturday. Okay, this test had some few instructions, mathematics practice test, 7 questions, 60 minutes, and you can even use less than 60 minutes. You may use a scratch paper. Now, scratch paper here, what I meant was like prepare like a rough paper, something like that, and then when you get a question, then you have to practice on that paper. Okay, be sure to answer all the questions. Click on the attached image to zoom in if you don't see the image clearly. This is what I was talking about. But some other attachments you need to click on the attachment, and then you open that attachment, you read it, and then you attempt the questions. But with me, with my quizzes, once you click the question, the attachment opens clearly. So you should be very careful. Some other quizzes you have to click. If you wait that the attachment is going to to open automatically, you'll be wasting your time. So you click that attachment for that attachment to open. I think I'm very clear over there. Click on the attachment to zoom if you don't see the image clearly. Remember, for multiple choice questions, only one of the answer provided is the correct response. Okay. Now, Edmodo quizzes. Listen, Edmodo quizzes, a teacher is capable of preparing 6 types of questions. Number 1, you can get a true and false questions. True and false questions needs no working. You read the question, you understand the question, then you choose whether true or false. I think those are the easiest questions, I may say, in my opinion. Secondary is on the Edmodo, on the Edmodo platform, a teacher can prepare not only true and false questions, also a teacher can prepare multiple choice questions. Now, with multiple choice questions, here we don't need you to write some stuff. We need you to have a rough paper when it is for maths, for example. You need to have a rough paper, do calculations, and choose the correct answer. That is for multiple choice. With regards to the so-called after multiple choice, then the teacher can set a question which you need to drag and drop. And this is called the matching items questions. And this is what I'm exactly going to show. You drag and drop, that is matching items. Another kind of questions that a teacher can prepare is to give you a question, which has multiple answers. That the question has more than one answer. For example, in maths, it can happen that you calculate something and then you get the answer which is in decimal, or can be a percentage, or can be a fraction, okay, or can be something corrected to significant figures and something like that, you see? Okay, so a teacher can prepare true and false, multiple choice, matching items, and multiple answer questions. I'm going to show you what it means by saying that. So that we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 5th one is filling in blanks. Filling in blanks. Okay, now you see, true and false, multiple choice, matching items, multiple answers, filling in the blanks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they do not need you to do working. Is you have to practice working on a rough paper or from somewhere else, and then you just answer the question by filling the correct answer accordingly. So it's what I'm going to show you. And I will be explaining you, I'm going to explain you that this question is true and false, or multiple choice, matching items, multiple answers. True and false, I'm not going to spend a lot of time because majority of students, they know true and false. They click a statement which they think is true, or they click on an option false if they think the statement is false, you see? All right, so there is another last type of questions which a teacher can set for you, and this is known as short answer questions. Now, with short answer questions in a box, the box will tell you that type your response here. Now, when they say type your response there, that means you have to type whatever you think is the working, or whatever you think is a good working for that question. Okay, now without further ado, let me start taking a quiz, which was released by me on Saturday, and I'm going to continue giving you quizzes so that you can get used to this Edmodo platform, because we have come to realize that as teachers, we slightly made a mistake of stopping the usage of Edmodo. That for us, that we have to apologize that we made a big mistake of stopping a teacher and student interacting through Edmodo, because now you see it is now costing us as teachers, because sometimes we may see that student is submitting incomplete work just because the student clicked on a wrong button and the system just submitted the work, and the student confirmed without knowing that it's time for her or him to submit the work or to submit the quiz, you see. So now it is banning us, you see. It is a big loss for us as teachers, because now we have to, if we could have continued with the Edmodo kind of platform, then until now it could not be a problem. It could be something like students are not facing any difficulties when it comes to logging in, logging out. What do they have to do if they are not getting connected to a class? You know, all these kind of difficulties were supposed to be solved earlier in the process of using Edmodo. So as a teacher, Mr. Zebron is like, I'm not going to stop using Edmodo, because in my Edmodo account, I've got almost above 180 students, which is a good start for me to continue testing these students with variety of quizzes, okay? So thank you very much for joining me, and I have seen that there are a few parents who have also joined me in my class, which is my pleasure, and I sincerely appreciate it. Those parents who have joined my Edmodo class. Okay, mathematics practice test here. This was the quiz. So take a quiz here. So a student will get something like this, or kind of a message like this, that do you want to take a quiz? Yes, yes, I need to take a quiz. So you click here, take a quiz. Okay, so the quiz will open, and what is it showing? You may use, okay, you get this, then you confirm, take a quiz again. I've got a little bit slow internet in my house, so there's no problem. Okay, so question number one. Question number one, according to what I said, question number one was requiring a student to write his or her name so that I can know what exactly is joining me. So question number one was requesting you to type your name and your class, okay? So my name, I'll go for Zabron Ernest, and I'm in 2B3, for example, you see? Good. So you click here, you get a next question. Now, this next question, as you can see here, is a multiple choice question. And believe me, you can't be able to answer this question unless you have done some calculations. So I'm going to explain you what exactly you are supposed to do. So as you can hear me in the ground, I mean, if you can hear me at the background, I'm looking for papers, for some rough papers for me to practice. Okay, this question says the temperature is 8 degrees Fahrenheit as a cold front moves in, the temperature drops by this. What is the temperature at the end of 3 hours? Now, for today, I'm not going to explain everything. I'm going to believe that what my students are waiting is just the corrections, what were the answers. But about the working and something like that, I won't be able to explain everything. Otherwise, this video will be too long for students to watch. Okay, so I'm going just to show you the answers straight away. So here the answer was, let me check. All right, question number 2, the answer was supposed to be B. all right? So you are supposed to pick and answer B, so you click here, okay? So there is no way you can choose more than one answer. So this is known as a multiple choice question. I'm going to show you how a multiple choice question differ from multiple answer questions, okay? Multiple choice and multiple answer. I'm going to show you the difference, okay? So here the answer was B, is how the system, how I set this question. So the answer was supposed to be B. So if you don't understand how, then you can contact me, then I set a class for you, okay? So otherwise the answer is B. Next question, which graph, you see, which graph shows the order? Now this is what I was talking about, the attachments. Can you see these attachments? So these attachments, let me try to go previous question. Now when you go to next question, the attachment you can see here is opening automatically. So you don't have to click, but be prepared that in some other quizzes, you need to click on the attachment for that to open. But with me, it's a different case, okay? When you click on the question, then the attachment opens automatically. You don't have to click it again. But if you want to widen up, the attachment, you click that attachment. If you don't see clearly, and then you'll get something like this, of which you may zoom it. You can see, you may zoom that. You can see the process how I'm doing. Zoom out. You see? Maybe let me show you the process, because I don't want you to get confused when you're in the exam. You get attachment like this. Okay, some attachments do not open automatically. You have to click to view. So you click that. With me is a different case, like as I said. So then you click somewhere here for you to customize. Can you see that? Zoom in, zoom out, zoom that. This is zoom in, that is zoom in, and that is zoom out. So zoom in, zoom out. So you can see the attachment which I'm talking about. See? Hope that is clear. All right, let's go. Which graph shows the ordered pair, -2, 3, plotted collected? I guess this was the answer, -2, 3, yes. -2, 3, nope. So the answer was A. So click that. So I don't want to talk so much because my timer is rushing, and I've set myself 60 minutes, though my students were given 45 minutes, and some students finished even less than before even the completion of 45 minutes, okay? All right, so here we go. Next, this is also a multiple, what is this? This is also a multiple choice question. Now, this is what I was talking about. Can you see my attachment? Let me try to zoom in. Can you see my attachment? This is what I'm talking about, the attachment. Can you see this? This attachment is opening, you know, automatically. You don't have to click that. It's opening automatically. And if you want to zoom in, you come here. If you're using a computer, for example, for those who are using a mobile phone, and I'm not sure. For those who are using a mobile phone, I'm not sure. For those who are using a computer, if you want to enlarge, your web page, can you see these dots here? 1, 2, 3. These dots are there to customize your browser. They're there to customize your browser. You can get a new tab, new window, bookmarks, downloads, and so many. But my interest is you to show how can we zoom in, how can we zoom out the page. So you zoom in. Can you see now the attachment very clear? I hope you said yes. Okay. Now, this question is saying, using the coordinate grid below to answer the question, okay? What is the circumference of the circle? Can you see a circle there? Can you see a circle? Let me try to zoom out. Zoom out. Can you see the circle? Oops, I clicked it, but I don't want to click it. I just want to enlarge it just by using this option. Zoom in, zoom out. Can you see that? Okay. Now the question is, what is the circumference of the circle? Now, so many students got a wrong answer in this question. Why? Because they are used to the question which is asking for circumference of the circle, and they know for sure that circumference equals to pi d. Circumference equals to pi times diameter. But if you look at this diagram is not telling you how much the diameter is. So it's a little bit technical. Diameter is from this corner to this corner, or this dot, sorry, this dot to this dot is your diameter. So how do we get a diameter? Count the boxes. Count the boxes from this dot to this dot, or count the boxes from this dot to that dot. So the diameter will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is your diameter. Simple. Or if you count from here, from this dot down to this dot, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is your diameter. If you need radius is from this point to this point, so it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? Radius is 4, diameter is 8. So what is circumference? The circumference of the circle is simply you take your calculator and you are seated at home, no worries. Your parents are there, they're trying to guide you what actually to do. So you take pi times d. So pi is 3.14. See? 3.14. Then you multiply by the diameter, which I said is 8. So equals to, you get a fraction, fix that, you get a decimal, which is 25.12. So come here and check your answer, 25.12. You come here and try to view the answer, 25. Yes, you see, this is a multiple choice question, just B. So you click there, then you're good to go. Okay, let me try to zoom out. All right, so we're back there. So the answer is B. I'm not going to explain so much because otherwise my timer will let me down. Okay, question number 5, use the graph. You see, the graph is opening automatically over there, but if it doesn't open automatically, then you have to click that. See? Okay, use the graph below to answer the question. This is the graph. Money spent on food. A shopper spent $100 at the store. How many dollars did the shopper spend on snacks? Okay, snacks is 10%. Okay, 10%. So everything is given in percentage. So what do? You take 10% of $100. 10% of $100, I guess the answer was 10% of $100. The answer was 10. You see? So the answer was A, not B, not C. So if you click on A, that is your answer. If you click on B, that is your answer. If you click on C, that is your answer. This is known as multiple choice kind of questions. So the answer is A. Okay, or next. Remember to click on next, not submit quiz. Remember to click on next to get the next question unless you are finished. So next, let me try to go fast. Carmen has saved all these dollars, blah, blah. The equation is that can be used to find the number of weeks when, okay. Now, here what you are supposed to do, you take this equation, solve for W, okay? 24 will be subtracted on that side, so to be 96 minus 24, then you divide by 12, we divide by 12, then I guess the answer was A. Was the answer B? Nope. The answer, I guess, was A. Let me check. What question was that? What question was that? Let me check. Question number 6. Here we go. Question number 6. The answer was A, 6 weeks. Okay, so far so good. So the answer was A. Then you click on next, not submit. Let me try to go fast. Middle school students saw the cookies in the package, blah, blah. On the second day, they saw twice. I think here the answer was A. Let me check. Next question. The answer was, yep, the answer was A. Okay, so the answer was A. Click that. That is your answer. Don't click submit. Click next, you have to scroll up. Yes, now this is what we call matching items. When you see this kind of question, this is matching items, which is you have to drag and drop, you see? Now this is the question, match each of the triangle types with its definition, okay? Drag and drop, so you drag. For example, acute triangle. An acute triangle is a triangle which has got 3 angles, but all those 3 angles are less than 90 degrees. 3 angles less than 90 degrees. Now, students got confused here. Yes. So put it there. Nope, not there. Keep going up. Nope, not there. Keep it here. Acute angles, 3 angles less than 90 degrees. Okay, scalene triangle is a type of a triangle because here they said match each of the triangles types with its definition. So scalene triangle is a kind of triangle in which no angles, no length which are equal. So no angles, no, yes, here, no sides. Keep on dragging because the question is drag and drop. So you can put it somewhere here, drag it up if you are dragging it to so far distance, okay? So scalene triangle, no sides of equal length. Right triangle, right angled triangle, one angle has to be 90 degrees. So you look for 90 degrees here. Look at my timer, my God, my timer is rushing and I'm talking so much. Right angled triangle, one angle should be equal to 90 degrees. One angle should be equal, one angle equal to 90 degrees. That is your right angled triangle, put it there. Equilateral triangles, all angles are equal, all side lengths are equal, 3 sides of equal length. Put it there, no, this is isosceles, keep it there. Yep, that is equilateral triangle. You drag and drop, this is matching items. Isosceles triangle is a triangle in which 2 side lengths are equal or 2 angles are equal. Yes, this, here we go. Isosceles triangle, 2 sides of equal length. Okay, so, all right, let us keep going. Obtuse triangle is a type of a triangle in which one angle in that triangle is bigger than 90. Yes, so here we go. One angle greater than 90 degrees. So 90 degrees being greater. So one angle greater than 90 degrees, that is your obtuse angle. I mean, obtuse triangle, sorry for that. So don't click submit. You have to drag, you have to scroll up and down, and then you get the next button to click. Okay, so next. You can see that I have answered 8 questions out of 17 questions, and my timer is showing 44 minutes left. Let me try to rush things. The diagram below shows a triangular prism. Now, if you can see, if you are very good in maths, you know how a triangular prism looks like. So as you can see, there is no a triangular prism. There is no a triangular prism. So you have to scroll down. You see, you have to scroll down that you get your shape. Okay. If you don't want to scroll down, you want to see everything, you click on this option here, and then you zoom out. Zoom out, keep zooming out. You see everything is in place now. This question is everything is in place, but you can see everything is tiny. You can't read anything there. So what you do, you have to zoom, set it normal, set it at a little bit 100%. This is a very good view by default. It's a good view by default, okay? All right, so the total surface area of the prism. Now, this you need to calculate, that the total surface area of this prism, you need to find the area of each face. You see, you have got a triangle there. This triangle equals to that triangle. So 2 triangles, you know how to find the area of a triangle. It's half times base times height. So once you get that area of this triangle, this triangle equals to that triangle. So you need to multiply by 2. So can you see that you have got a rectangle over here? So it is length times width. There are 2 rectangles of the same dimensions. Here is 12, there will be 12. So you know how to figure out, you can revise the notes and see how do we find the surface area of a triangular prism? But for now, let us see, what was the answer for this? The total surface area of the prism was, I don't remember the answer. Let me check. What was that question? This question is question number 9. I set the answer, question number 9. I set the answers as follows. The total surface area of the prism is 336. So drag and drop 336, put it there. The volume of the prism. Now, this is where majority of the students make mistake, which is okay. Making mistakes is part of learning. Okay, let me try to zoom in so that I can show you what I mean. Look at this shape. Look at this shape. Okay, zoom out a little bit. Yes, here we go. This shape is a triangular prism. How do we find the volume of a triangular prism? It's easy. Area of a triangular prism is equal to the so-called the cross-section area. In this case, the cross-section area is a triangle. Now, the cross-section area is you work out the area of this triangle. Once you get the area of this triangle, which is half times base times height, you get the area of a triangle. I guess the area will be 24 centimeter square. Then volume of this triangular prism will be equal to area of this cross-section. It will be equal to the area of this triangle times the length of the prism. Now, in this case, the length of this prism is 12. You see that? So it will be half times base times height. Then you multiply by 12. So this will be half of 8 is 4. 4 times 6 is 24. 24 centimeters squared times 12. There you get your volume. You see that? There you get your volume. So you can calculate that the volume was found to be equal to 288. See that? 288 centimeter cube. That was your volume. The number of vertices. Let me start with the number of faces. A triangular prism, as you can see, this is 5 faces. So 5 faces, drag and drop there. The number of faces, this 5 should be there. Okay, the number of vertices, I guess it has 6 vertices. Okay, or the number of edges is 9 vertices. Number of edges is 9. Let me check with my answers. 956. Okay, 956. Right? Or you can simply Google triangular prism has got how many vertices, how many edges, how many faces. Then Google will show you, because this is the advantage of online assessment, that you can quickly, if you are very sharp, you can quickly ask Google and give you some few tips on how to answer something. This is the advantage of online kind of assessment. Anyway, so we have an advantage. So it's advantage to a student for if you are given. If you have been given an online assessment, it's advantage to a student that can search in Google some. If you are very sharp anyway, and I know a majority of my students are very sharp, and they can do a lot of stuff in a computer. So I have no worries with that. I don't have worries for that. Okay. Question number 9, question number 10. Let me check. Did I finish question number 9 clearly? Yes, everything is fairly. How many lines of symmetry does the following shape have? Now, can you see in this box, they have told you to type your response. Let me try to zoom in. Zoom in, okay? Can you see that? How many lines of symmetry does the following shape have? Can you see that? A lot of students got wrong answers. Now here, you can see this question is known as short answer questions. You need to type something here. You can type as many as you can, but don't deviate from their answer. How many lines of symmetry? There are 3 lines of symmetry. So you write the number. See, how many lines? So they need the number. How many lines of symmetry? So they need the number. So write 3 there. Okay? How many lines of symmetry? 3 lines of symmetry. So you need to connect what they're asking you. Okay, next, what is the order? What is the order of rotation symmetry of the shape below? Where is the shape? You see, that's what I was saying. My attachments always open automatically, but in other questions, in the other kind of set, the questions which are being set, you have to click. It will come like a link here. It will come a link or a folder on which you have to click for the attachment to open. But my set is different. It opens automatically. If you don't see clearly, or just head over here, click on zooming. See, zoom as much as you can. You can zoom as much as you can, and then you find your comfortable zoom size. You find your comfortable zoom size. And this is my zoom size, okay? What is the order? Order means how many times does this shape fit on itself as it rotates? So start from here, 0. So when it rotates, here will be counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When it goes back there, you count 6. But majority we're counting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The shape as it rotates, it has to go back to where it started. So you have to count even the original location. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When it goes back there, that will be 6th. So order is here. What is the order? What is the order? Order is a number. So it fits itself 6 times when it rotates. Okay? Don't, as you can see, this platform is a little bit tricky. Once you finish answering, there is nowhere to click. Otherwise, submit quiz. So you have to kind of either scroll up to see the options or the buttons, or once you're there, you can zoom out. Zoom out a little bit. Zoom out. Oops, I clicked that. Sorry. So once, if you click this, it will open. It will open wider. This is the advantage of my quizzes, which I set. With regards to attachment, they open straight away, okay? But if you don't see, again, you click that, it opens for you. You have a valid view, you see? Okay, so 6. What is the order? The order is 6. This is short answer type of questions. Click next. Jimmy did a survey on the length of caterpillars. He found filled information about the work out the median. Oh, the median here, you cancel this number, keep canceling, cancel that, cancel that. We have already discussed in class, so you know what it means. So here, I guess the median, work out the median, and everything is in centimeter. And this is what, when they say type your length post here, this is short answer questions. So no worries, you just type what you feel is the answer. So I guess we got 3.1 centimeter. That was the median. You know how to do that. Okay, centimeter like that. Click next. John measures the heights in millimeters of 20 plants in her greenhouse. Here are her results. Now, these are not results. These are drag and drop. So the results, you need to scroll more down, going down. You see, these are the results. Okay, complete the stem and leaf diagram to show this information. Complete the stem and leaf diagram to show this information. Okay. The stem and leaf diagram will look like this. Usually, let me try to zoom out so that I can see everything. Make it 100. That is the view which is by default. So you can see stem are the numbers which, like you can see, we have 14s, 15s, 16, 17. You know how to do that. So if this is the stem, automatically the leaf will be there. So you have stem and leaf. Hence the diagram stem and leaf, stem and leaf. So you click stem and leaf, okay? Okay, stem and leaf. Some other people kept here stem and axis. They kept stem and axis over here. Okay, stem and axis. No, it's stem and leaf, okay? So leaf was supposed to be there and not axis. Then 14, we have these numbers, 141. Can you see those numbers there? You have to start with the one, the smallest number, 141. Do we have 100? Okay, let me check what was the next. Let me check. What question number is this? This is question number 12. Okay, question number 12. Question number 12 from here. This is the question number 12. All right, number 12, number 13, I guess. Oh, wow, these were the answers. Okay, stem and leaf. So we have 147, and there are three of them, 1, 2, 3, 147, 147, 147, and 148. They are there in here, you can see them. 147, 147, 147, 148. So you record them. 14 is already there on the part of stem. So here you'll be recording these 7 sevens. So you drag that. That is 147, 147, 148. When it comes to 15s, we have 153, 155, 152, 158. So what is the smallest 15s? Let me check here. It was 151, 152. So 151. Okay, so let me drag 151. These are the answers for 15s. 151, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so I drag this. I think you remember how to prepare stem and leaf. So I don't have worries for that. Drag it there. No, it's supposed to be here. Yes. 16s, how many 16s? 167, we have 164. You have to put them in proper order. You know how we did that. So 164, 165, 6, 7. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7 is here. Meaning 164 is there in the list, 164 is there, and continue doing that way. And the last number was 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, and then 17. 17, we have 171. 17 is already there, so it'll be filling 1 there, which I guess was this option, meaning 171. Do we have 171? Yes, we do. 171, 172 is there, and then 178. 178, so you're good to go. 18s, I guess it was 189. 189, and there are 2 of them, I think so. 189, here we go, 2 of them, 189. So 2 of them, so the first one is 189 and followed by another 9 there. How about the key? Now the key depends on the question itself. Okay, the key depends on the question. See this question? Janu measures the height in millimeters of 20 plants. Okay, so I confused my students just by putting the same thing, but they did not remember how the key looked like. Okay, so the key will be 16/9 means 169 plants. If you do that, you are wrong. It will be 169 means 16/9 means 169. So you drag and drop there. 16/9 means 169 millimeters, because this question was in millimeters, not in plants. Jan measured the heights in 20 millimeters, in millimeters of 20 plants. So the key has nothing with plants, but the key has something to do with millimeters. Okay, sorry, I'm moving so fast because I don't want this video to look long. Fill in the blanks. Now here, to fill in the blanks, you must be very careful, because filling in the blanks, these are marked by the system itself. Like as I said earlier, true and false is marked by the system. Multiple choice is marked by Edmodo system. Matching items, multiple answers, filling in the blanks, all these 5 type of questions is marked by the system. But short answer questions is marked by a teacher. It is a teacher who is supposed to go back there and check your corrections. I mean, check your answers if they are correct. But for other options like true and false, multiple choice, matching items, multiple answers, filling in the blanks, these are marked by a system. So you have to be very careful in answering the question. For example, fill in the blanks. Okay, complete this diagram so that the 3 numbers in each line add up to 8. Complete this diagram so that the 3 columns in each line add up to 8. If the answer is not exact, leave your answer as a decimal. Now, this is where students got confused. Okay, A, what is the value of A? 3 plus A plus B equals 8. Let me go this way. A plus 3.5 plus a half equals 8. Because they said, if complete this so that the 3 numbers in each line, so this we have this line, we have that line, we have that line, we have that line. So taking this A plus 3.5 plus a half, the answer should be equal to 8. So A, I guess, was equal to 4. So you write 4 on the spot, okay? Don't drag all the way like this and then you write 4 to that level. No, no, no. Just write the number. The number is 4 on the spot there. Okay. B is, we got 4. We got 4. So 3 plus 4 should be 7. 3 plus 4 is 7. Plus 1 will be giving you 8. So here was equal to 1. C. Now C, this is B is 1. So C will 5.5 plus 1 equals C. So C was not exact. Now, majority of the students wrote something like 1.5. They wrote something like that, which was a correct answer. But see the instructions. See the instructions. Leave your answer in decimal. If the answer is not exact, leave your answer in decimal. So here you are supposed to write 1.5. You are supposed to write 1.5. You see? See that? So you should be very careful when it comes to filling in the blanks, multiple choice, true and false, matching items, multiple answers. Those are marked by the system itself. It has nothing to do with the teacher. And the teacher normally sets the answer. The teacher sets the answer before giving to you. Okay, so you can see my answers. I set my answers over here. Can you see? So if you are going to deviate from these answers, 4, 1, 1.5. If you go, so the answer is just 4, 1, 1.4, 1.5. But if you write something like here, 4, A equals to 4, and then you type something in here saying that this is my answer. This is my answer. So the system will mark you wrong because A equals to 4, and then you write something in there because the question is complete this, that, so that you are supposed to fill numbers. Can you see? Numbers, 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 not words or sentences or text. You see? So B equals to 1, and then you write, this is my answer. This is my answer. You write something. Or some other people just prefer saying done. Done. You are deviating. You have to be used for this platform, how it works. And you have to be very systematic when it comes to answering short answer questions. I mean, filling in the blanks. Okay? I have 24 minutes left. Oh, this video will be very lengthy. Okay, go next. Let me go for previous. Did you answer properly? Okay, okay, thank you. Next, in a survey, now this is type your answer, type your response here. So this has nothing, has nothing to do with worrying. What if I type so much? You can type as much as you can here. In a survey, 9 out of 10 people said they would like to recycle more. What percentage of people said they would like to recycle more? Okay, change this 9. So write 9 out of 10. Sorry. You write 9 out of 10 like that. Then the answer you get, you have to multiply by 100. You see? And this will give you 90%. Okay? 90%. Because they told me to type my answer. They told me to type my answer there. Can you see? type your response there, type, because you can type as many as you can. But if they did not tell you to type, try to go straight to the work, no working there. If they did not say type your response, no working. Just work on your rough paper and then submit the answer there. Okay, so here you do 9 out of 10. The answer you get multiply by 100, and this sincerely will give you 90%. So you can write like words if you don't see the symbol, 90%, or you can write if you can see the symbol. If you can see the symbol and you are very sharp, type that 90%. So either ways. Okay, so next will be all these questions. So many students got it wrong because they're not telling you to type stories here. So you have to answer according to the instructions. They are not telling you to write stories, okay? The letter of the word summer are printed on 6 cards. Scroll down to see 6 cards. So I have to scroll down. These are the cards I'm talking about. When you click that, then you'll get a zoomed fashion or something zoomed, okay? So you can see this is what they're trying to tell us, okay? The letters of the word summer are printed on 6 cards. Scroll down to see. I have already scrolled and then I clicked that. I got something enlarged, but you don't have to do that. You can just zoom in here only to see something like that. Zoom there. Okay, you get something enlarged. Zoom out. You get something like so. So you don't have to worry. The letters of the word summer are printed on 6 cards. Scroll down to see the 6 cards. Okay, a card is chosen at random. Write down the probability that it has the letter R printed on it as a fraction. You see these instructions? As a fraction. You see? So don't write stories there. So letter R, how many R's are there? There is only one R, one R out of how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here write 1/6. Don't give so many stories. As a fraction, okay. As a percentage, correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, so what I'm going to do is head on to my calculator, do a fraction, what is 1/6, you see, that fraction. So because they said as a percentage, so multiply by 100, so I'm getting that answer. Now, see what they said, as a percentage, correct to 3 significant figures. How many significant figures are there? Plenty of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are plenty of them. Now, significant figures start from here, they need 3. 1, 2, 3, stop there and check on the right, there is a 6, round off, add 1 there, so you'll be getting 16.7. You see that? So here you write 16.7, 16.7. Now, majority will just leave it like that, but they said as a percentage. So you'll be writing a symbol there, percentage. Now, what if you write percent? What if you write 16.7 in words like this, percent? Okay, some people will write this, percentage, for example. Percentage, for example, like that, okay? Percentage like this, you see? It's also correct, but see my answers, how I set my answers, you see? Let me try to show you. This is how I set my answers. See my answers? I kept just 16.7%. So I did not have a word. I did not have a word percent or percentage. So the system will mark wrong your answer. But as a teacher, when I'm checking your solutions, I'm going to award you a point and change that grade in your progress. There is somewhere we have to change your progress, okay? So we change your grade over there so that they knew that, the model knew that there will be some mistakes in setting answers and all that. So when I see that answer percentage, so I'm going to award you a mark and then change your grade in the system, and it is going to update automatically. Let me check the timer. Where is the timer? Oops, I lost that. 18 minutes of talking so much. So don't write that. But even if you write that way, we are going to correct as teachers. Okay, 16.7% is a decimal to one decimal, is a decimal to one decimal place. Oh, is a decimal. So the same answer, but it should be a decimal. So we are going to go back to the answer. Okay, we're going, this is the answer which we got before, 1/6. This is the answer which we got, 1/6. But this time they need a decimal. You see, 0.166, blah, blah. But this time they need as a decimal to one decimal place. One decimal place, 0.2. So you write here 0.2. Simple. Okay, write down the probability that it has the letter R or M printed on it. R or M. It can be R or M. So you'll be counting the R's and M. How many R's are there? 1. How many M's are there? 1, 2. So 1 and 2 makes 3. So it will be 3/6. You see? Because they said R or M. So R is 1, M, there are 2 of them. So 2 plus 1 makes 3 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here you'll be writing 3/6. See that? 3/6. Okay. As a percentage, correct one significant figure. As a percentage. Okay. Head on to your calculator. Make a fraction. It's 3/6. 3/6. And then as a percentage. Okay. Multiply by 100. 50. And this 50 has got only one significant figure. So you write 50. But see what they said is a percentage. So you should be writing percent. Okay, what if somebody writes 3/6 equals to 1/2? Meaning simplify. But if you check my answers, there, if you head on to my answers, I did not write a simplified form. I wrote 3/6. So the system will mark you wrong. But as a teacher, I'm going to correct that. Okay? So you can see as a fraction, I wrote 3/6. I did not include a fraction. I did not include a fraction half. Okay, I just kept it like that. So I'm going to correct once you put half or you put any other, either way, I'm going to correct as a teacher. As a decimal to one decimal place, this 1/2 is a decimal. So this should go because it's not there. As a decimal, this will be 0.5. I have to move quickly. I have 2 questions to go. I have 15 minutes left. Coding is a decimal to one decimal place, 0.5. Okay, find the probability that, so this is done. Find the probability that the card chosen at random does not have the letter M. Does not have the letter M. Does not have the letter M. So count the remaining other letters in exceptions of M. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here you write does not have the letter M. So here you'll be writing 4/6. If you simplify and it marks wrong, I'm going to correct as a teacher. As a percentage, so here is a percentage. They just said as a percentage. They did not say how many decimal places should leave. Okay, so just do 4 fraction 4/6 equals to that, multiply by 100. You see, 66.6666. So you can make it like, how did I fix my answer? My answer was left to one decimal place. Okay. So 16 point, yes. How much was that? 66. Okay. So here you write 66.7 because they said percentage, so put that. So if you keep a different answer and it's correct, like you write 67 and so on. So as a decimal, this will be as a decimal 4/6 multiply by 100. Oh, why am I multiplying by 100? They said as a decimal, not as a percentage. So I'm getting 0.66. So put it to one decimal place, 0.7, because no instruction there. And this is how I set my answers, okay? Oh, the question was too lengthy. Find the probability that the letter printed on the card chosen to random has no lines of symmetry. Lines of symmetry, or I have to go quickly, otherwise I'll be locked out. Okay, lines of symmetry, or you know, the letters which you can't cut into two equal halves. How many are they? S cannot be, even R, so it will be 2 out of 6. And as a percentage, change that. Let me check my answers quickly. 33.3, 33.3, but then percent, 3.3, those were my answers. As a decimal, I guess it will be 0.3. Check that. Yes, okay. Hi. I have only 12 minutes left. Next. The first 3 patterns in sequence, this was easy. Let me just quickly head on to answers. Sixteen of. Okay, so this will be the last question. Where are the answers? I want to pick the answers quickly, otherwise I'll be locked. Pattern number 8 will be equal to 8. Now let me try to elaborate here. The first 3 patterns in a sequence are shown below. Scroll down to see the patterns. Okay, these are the patterns, and you can zoom out, zoom in. Okay, pattern number 1 has 1 dot, 2 dots. Pattern number 1 has 5 dots. As you can count here, pattern number 2 will have how many dots? 8. Okay, now some other people, instead of answering the question, see here, number of dots, they're just putting numbers, 5, so next will be 8, and next one will be 11, and so on. Now some other people, instead of writing a number as how the table is, they start writing 8, and then on top of 8, they write the word dots. But here they are just saying complete by filling numbers. Number 5, number of dots, just 5, 8, 11, 14. So you'll be putting the numbers. 8, 11, 14. Okay. Confirm my answers, 8, 11, 14. Find a formula nth term for the number of dots D in the nth pattern. Find a formula, they mean nth term. So don't write some stories, just write nth term is 3n plus 2. Can you see that? 3n plus 2. So here you'll be filling 3n. The formula is 3n plus 2. 3n plus 2. Find the number of dots. How many dots in the 6th pattern? 182. So substitute here. In the place of n, you write 60, 6 times 3, 180 plus 2, 182. Okay, find the number of patterns that has 89 dots. 3n plus 2 should be equal to 89. So you subtract there, that I guess will be 29. Okay, 29, yes. Because 29 will be. Find the number. So some other people will start writing 29th, something like that. But just write the number is 29. In which pattern number? Okay, so you can see once you answer all the questions, you can see the system is showing you here. Can you see that? That you have answered 17 of 17 is what you have done. You have 17 of 17 answers. That means you have finished. You have finished the quiz. So you have to submit the quiz to the teacher. But once you hit submit, there are some people who are just saying, Master, I submitted today the exam and the exam was incomplete. I just pressed submit without knowing, and then it got submitted. I was saying, no, it's not true, because submit, when you click this button, submit, the system will ask you, are you sure you want to submit your quiz? So how come that you say it again, submit the second time? So do not just talk something related to lies. Okay, that I submitted the quiz without knowing. Master, can you send back the exam? I submitted without knowing. No, it's not possible, because when you submit, it's something very strong. Don't just click buttons here and there. You click the button, then you lead the dialogue that you are getting. You see? So submit is something very sensitive. So the computer or the system has to confirm with you, are you sure you want to submit this work? So submit. Are you sure you want to submit this quiz? If you are not sure, still the system is reminding you, all questions are answered. But do you want to return? If you want to return to quiz, click there. Okay, so there is no something like you submitted without knowing. No. You submitted just because you knew. Okay, so submit there. Okay, and you're getting this dialogue. Are you sure you want to submit your quiz? All questions have been answered. Return to quiz. No, I want to submit to the teacher, so submit that. So if you have got strong internet, then it will be submitted instantly. Okay, so can you see that? My maths practice test is submitted to a teacher, so the teacher will review that. He's going to review that quiz. Now, or in most cases, you don't get review quiz. Review quiz means you can check in which question you got it wrong, and you can see in which question you got it correct. Okay, so how does a teacher set until you get this option to review a quiz? When a teacher is assigning you in a quiz, there is an option for you to, a teacher is to confirm that, do you want students to review their answers after they submit to you? If you say yes, they will be reviewing. But now, as a teacher, normally we feel like when we give that option to a student, when we leave that option to review a quiz, when we leave that option open, then the students will panic, because when we review the quiz here, you can end up, for instance, when you pass, no problem, you're going to be excited. But when you fail, then you are going to panic. End of the day, you can mess up. You can panic, and you can do bad in the next other questions or in the next other papers if it is an exam anyway. So normally we hide that option for our student to review the quiz. We delete that. So you get something blank without this review quiz. You get all these instructions there, but to review the quiz will not manage, because we want to make sure that the student is staying calm and ready to proceed with the other next papers, okay? But for the quiz, from the next other quiz, I'll be giving you an option for you to review the quiz so that you can know where you went wrong and where you went correct. In the near future, I'll be giving that option for you to review the quiz. But don't panic until I mark your quiz, okay? All right, so let me review my quiz. I got 114 out of 120, and it's showing partial grade. Partial grade, that means there were some short answer questions that you have to submit to the teacher, and the teacher has to check those if they're correct, okay? All right, so you have to wait until this is getting checked by the teacher. Okay, so the teacher will go and check. Let me try to see. Okay, so I want to show you the whole process, though it's taking a lot of, the video is becoming lengthy, but there is no worry for that. We are here for us to learn. And my internet is too slow. Okay, but otherwise, let me take you through the whole process so that you can know what exactly we are doing. But this internet is letting me down. Okay, so then I will have to stop here, because if you wait this, oh, it's there. Okay, so it's back here. Mathematical practice test, so Ernest Teofori, who is me. View submission. So as a teacher, I come there, I view the submission, And it's telling me that Ernesto Fori is the grade is pending. So as a teacher, I have now to check automatically. I have to check. So first question was ungraded. So I have to check as a teacher, and this is ungraded, ungraded, ungraded. So as a teacher, so the teacher comes over here and finds that, and then look at that. Okay, so I have to check this. Write your full name. Okay, so this question number 1 was just write the full name, and the full name should be in capital letters or uppercase, and also should be writing the class. Is that happening? Yes, the name is in capital letters and there is a class there. So I mark the students correct. See that? You can see the whole process how it takes. Then I check another question which is ungraded. So question number 10 is ungraded. I have to read it. Okay, how many lines of symmetry does it follow? Okay, the answer is 3. That you can cut this shape this way or that way or that way. So you get 3 lines of symmetry. So the answer is correct. Okay, if it was partial correct, partial credit, then I have to, as a teacher, I have to specify how many marks should I give out of. Okay, so but here is correct. Then I go here, this question is what is the order? The answer was 6, so correct. Jim did a survey, so the answer was 3.1. If it was incorrect, I mark it incorrect. So the entire thing will be incorrect. Okay, if it's correct, I mark that, and the entire thing or the entire answer will be marked green. Incorrect, red. Partial grade, maybe if you wrote something different from my exact answer, so I'll be putting out of 2 points, then I give like 1 point. You see that? And it will become recorded. Okay, but here is not partial, it's full, everything is correct. Okay, so I go there, question number 15, I have to check these questions which I'm checking. The questions which are marked automatically by the system are the fill in blanks, multiple choice, true and false, multiple answers, and then matching items. These are marked by Edmodo system straight away. But these answers which I'm checking as a teacher, these are short answer questions. I think you already know the difference, okay? So here the answer is 90%, the answer is correct. And can you see that all the answers are green? All answers are green, meaning that I have got 120 points out of 120 points. So my performance is 100%, okay? Right, so as a teacher, this is what I can see, that I've marked the paper of Ernesto Fori, and Ernesto Fori has scored 120 out of 120. Now, as a student, you come here, as a student, you can see that everything is still showing partial, 114 out of 120. So as a student, you need to close that, okay? And then as a student, you need to come back here to home, or you can refresh your computer, and then you review your results, okay? You come back to this as a student, and then you come here, then you click on your class, Oops, the internet is so slow. Oh, it's boring. Okay, so it's loading. Wow, so everything is there. So can you see that practice test paper? What was that? This something else. Okay, so as a student, once you are there in Zablon's Zablon's quiz class and practice, then you need to go to Planner. Can you see that? Hit this go to Planner. Go to Planner. So your planner, you have to click on go to Planner. Then you have to change this upcoming. You have to change this upcoming to completed. Can you see that? Upcoming to completed. Click that. The completed assignments will load. Okay, now I have how many assignments completed? Okay. It seems the other one is not yet is not yet captured by the system. But for now, it shows mathematics practice, which I did very long. Why is it not showing? Okay. Let me try to look for that. Oh. Right, so I'm there in this class. View the results. All right, so go to planner, completed. Yes, it's now captured, all right? So this is what I was talking about. This is the mathematics practice, mathematics practice test, which is already captured. This is what we have done. And you can see the time. It was, yes, so as you can see here, so it's already captured by the system. So you have to be patient sometimes because this is a system working. So now, when you view your quiz, that option, you'll get an option to review. You see now, you're back there. Okay, mathematics practice test, these are your results. Can you see 120 out of 120? When you review, when you click on review quiz, then you can see in each and every question, you can see in each and every question, click there, click on each and every question you click there, you will see in which questions you got it correct, you got it wrong. So the system will show you. See that? See that? The system will show you where you went wrong or where you went correct. Can you see that? That means you have answered in the same way as how the teacher said the answers. You see? All this is green. All this is green. So you had a total of 17 questions and everything is green and you are shining and you have a total of 120 out of 120. Great. Okay. Sorry for making this video very long, and this was for education purposes only. You don't have to panic. You don't have to worry. We must keep things moving. All right. Mr. Zembron was here. Bye-bye.